the things we do with our games is we like to do character bonds. And so like how the characters kind of know each other and stuff like that. So I had each one of these fine gentlemen throw together some things that are kind of like Mad Libs, like blank knows so-and-so because of blank and so forth. So we're going to do some of that to kind of get the characters going and introduce the characters of who they're playing. So you're more than welcome to hang out for that. We're not going to shove you off. We're not going to shove you off by any means necessary. But we, like I said, we want to be respectful of your time also. And we, from our deepest, of our hearts, we appreciate you taking the time to come join us, guys, and kick this thing off.
It was a huge honor.
In proper style, proper style, for
right
sure.
On.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Absolutely.
And we will do our darndest to not bring shame upon the Pendragon name.
we're gonna collect ourselves some glory.
That's exactly right.
And you may hear some of the exploits at Chaosium Con, because I think we're going to probably get at least one episode in before that.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So.
I'm going to backhand a page. I don't even know what that is. So I'm doing
That's your
You're
new
gonna
goal.
Find out. You're going to find out. Starting your education of
Ooh, a page? Still my drink.
You're
lucky.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I've been, jabbering away for the last hour, so I'd love to hear your guys' connections and everything. That sounds like fun. So, yeah,
right.
Happy to hang out.
So, I guess let's go ahead and start with some character introductions of who you guys are playing. And, not necessarily that much about your guy right off the bat, because you're going to still write a lot of that. You know what I mean? Still new coming. And so... Who wants to go first with the I think Jason already spoke up a little bit and said he was Beardsley Allington.
I did. Yeah. So my character's name is Beardsley Allington. Though, and again, oversharing. And I don't know if I'll even publish this part of the stream, but he was born his name was Clovis, and he did not have a surname. And the actual Beardsley Allington was murdered. And so the person that you know these days as Beardsley Allington grew up from an infant up to what he is today. And he's got a little bit of a shady history beyond that. But so, he's son of Alaric Allington. He's a little older. He's 23. He was in prison for a couple years. He got a little bit of trouble. Kind of locked away, shall we say, in a bedroom for a minute. Or so the rumor goes. But I think he's known as a bit of a little introspective. He can be fairly temperamental. He's very competitive, but he loses a lot, and he's got a chip on his shoulder about it, right? So he's I hope I get one of the bonds that I wrote, Byron. That one I thought was pretty funny.
I won't give you yours.
But he is your quintessential living up to an image, right? He's living up to this sort of godly image in his mind of what it is to be a knight. But there's this undercurrent of something, maybe a wrongness, something that he gets himself up to when he should be maybe up to, in the hall or what have you. He's the one that you're always looking for and wondering where he is. I think that's about it. Yeah, he's kind of, handsome, wiry, a little scarred from having fallen off so many horses. But maybe he's got a bad hip or something. But yeah, I think that's probably enough for now, Byron.
Hip? Yeah. Oh, that's plenty. I'm sure everyone else is terrified now. From what they may have possibly came up with.
I had like a 2-sentence thing ready, and I'm like,
I love
my guy's got a sword.
That's why we don't let Jason go first,
right?
Because now I gotta write a small book that's about my character.
What you don't know is that's why I made Jason go first.
We gotta all match him now.
Yep. All right. Well, Brent, you said, how about second?
All right, sure. All right. So my character's name is Calliard Lancaster. I suggest if you can't remember that name, you're just gonna end up calling him Cal anyway. He is he's from Salisbury. He's Cymric. I'm trying to remember a servant of Sir Roderick the Earl. if I was to describe Calliard, he comes from a very accomplished family. It has his great grandfather achieved a great deal of acclaim on the battlefield, as did his grandfather and his father before him. And so he comes in with a great deal of clout. Well, at least about as much clout as about 197 glory gets you, starting off at the beginning of the game. So probably not that much when it comes down to it. He is notable for being extremely court savvy, and having perfect skin and a melodious voice. I made him about as foppish as I could get away with as a knight, while still having him be able to actually fight.
I can just picture, why do I smell flowers?
He's also spectacularly skilled at horsemanship, to the point where I even put it in his backstory that his family breeds horses as sort of a side hustle, and well, at least the serfs do anyway. And yeah, basically going to be a person who is very skilled at the court part of the game.
Nice.
So excited to unveil him.
Steve, why don't you throw in you got a different character concept. Why don't you throw out what you got there? We already kind of threw you under the bus a little bit.
It's fine. My bus doesn't have a lot of story. So my character name is Bjorn Trulson. He's known as the Bear. Son of Thor is what his name's from, but his father's name Thor or something or other. I haven't really gone back to that, which Byron told me to. I'm from Skåne in Jutland. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I am apparently very big.
Yeah, when you say 6'3", it's funny because people were so much shorter back then too. So you are a monster of a person. It's like,
yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted sort of like
yeah.
that, like the mountain. Like holy shit, what's that?
It's like if you visit like historical sites, the doors are so short. So I'm 6'4", and so you'll have to kind of crawl in. But I just picture like, wow, like.
Right.
So funny enough, when we were making Steve's character, we actually Google searched how big Halfthor Bjornsson was.
He's literally the size of half.
It's the same size as
He's
Halfthor.
literally the same size.
He's a big boy.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
My character is really good with a sword for some reason. I don't have a Danish axe. I would love one. Byron.
Yeah, you could very easily just turn that sword into axe and use it as that. You know what I mean? That makes very good flavorful concept for your character for sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, all right. Maybe one of you. I don't know if this is the question part again, but I feel like I'm burning everything up here. But
No, you're fine.
my character has really high valor. What does that mean? Oh, that's the opposite of cowardly. I answered my own question. Carry on.
You got big brass balls.
Well done.
You got.
Yeah, big nuts. That's what you got.
All right. I'm gonna die quick.
You might. You might. So yeah, it's hard to say. I can say I did witness when David was running the thing that I watched on YouTube at Gen Con. This guy was totally got mauled by a lion. It gave me respect for the damage system immediately. Immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I actually used that story when I talked to everybody about their characters. I was like, this guy took 56 hit points of damage. 56. Yeah.
Well, I don't have that many.
Yeah, that's the point.
He has that.
I mean, it's a lion.
I also suggested to everybody that they should only go out to fight like early in the morning, so that way you have until midnight to actually heal, and also that you should only fight on Mondays, so that way you have it till or fight on Saturdays, so that
Saturdays,
or Sunday mornings are a good place to
It's time for the Saturday morning fight, gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah, dawn.
It's like we're gonna have to pray this damage away.
yeah, no doubt. Tim?
Yeah, so I'm going to play Garen, son of Gerard. My father's life was, not super exciting. I mean, he was in some of the main battles, but also spent a great deal of time on garrison duty, not really doing anything of note. I'm still trying to figure out, why that is. Like, he would have these sort of peaks and valleys of what happened in his life. Maybe he just didn't take to all of the drapings of being a knight, or maybe there's something else going on there. But in any case, he sort of peaked at the end in the Battle of Salisbury, and went out on a high note in the Battle of Abericum. Apologize if I didn't pronounce that right, but it left a mark on the son that he wanted to have a lot more out of life than maybe his father did, especially from being a knight. And you'll see some of my higher scores are in just, proud, and valorous. So maybe trying to.
I love that.
Build on
It's
what-
almost like
what
like
Dad
taking
could
his
do.
reputation and elevating it, right? By being the better man, but dragging his reputation with you. I think that's really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna make some like killer role play.
I think
killer role play.
And I think the subtext of what he was doing when he wasn't really into being a knight, reproducing.
Yeah, he was reproducing, right?
Babies.
So
Exactly.
we say epic role playing. It sounds more like awkward role playing.
We'll do some fade to black on something.
Yes.
We gotta put out everything else. So
That is Garen.
That's awesome.
what's
We need to queue up some like sexy sax music for when that happens. We'll just be like fade to black and play some sexy sax music.
We'll do
yeah,
it.
that would be
That's it.
good.
And then just move on.
We'll have to note that. That's a great idea, Brent.
Jason, make it happen.
I've got it.
What did you say your character's last name was, Tim?
So I didn't give him a last name. I
Oh,
read
okay.
the portion of the book on naming, and it said that they typically just had the first name. That's what I went with. So I get
Sounds
that
good.
right, Greg?
So you'd be like son of, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
think you
I
said
called
so.
you
Yeah,
Greg.
you could
I'm
be.
sorry. That
You
was
could be. You could be son of. You could be, or if you have a surname, it could be the estate. Your family estate. That you're associated
Okay.
with. That
I
kind
just
of
went with Garen, and I called you
That's
Greg.
perfectly
not
fine.
David. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No worries.
All right, so Tyler, with character number 3 that you made.
Hey, we were testing the waters. You know?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were- so my character's name is Ulo. As my dad revealed, he's a Hun. He's a very small man. He's the opposite of Steve. He's like 4'9", and he's like 90 pounds. He's a very small man.
Is this like
He's
the
very
medieval
tough.
version of Red Lily? It's like little Red Lily.
No,
Awesome. 90 pounds.
he's like
You have a
90
ring
pounds.
to put on.
He's he's very good with his bow. He has a lot of ponies he takes care of and brings with him everywhere. He's very energetic, and he's known to be very indulgent. He has a long black mustache and braided black hair.
That's amazing. So when you say adult, like he's the one we're dragging out of the tap room.
He's always overeating and over drinking.
but he's this little. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
He's
Little
also
is
very
it?
handsome. He's a little bit of a ladies' man.
Yeah, a little bit of a ladies.
It's like if Danny DeVito and Jason Momoa had a baby.
That's gross.
Wow.
That's really gross.
He's
Yeah.
like Fabio. He's got long hair. So.
He got long hair.
Right. So, all right, cool. So that's kind of David. What do you think of that lineup?
That is a rogue gallery, is what that is. I think it's great. It's a great combination. So yeah, you got a little bit of everything in there. That's really nice.
So with that down and out, I have a list of 20 fabulous bonds here that we're going to go over and let you guys randomly roll or pick numbers, whatever you do. So nobody can have the same one twice. I'll kind of check them off here. But some of these are kind of worded maybe weird or whatever. So I might adapt them a little bit as I'm talking about them, or we might even adapt them, as we assign them here. With that in mind, David, who do you think should go first today?
Ooh, let's throw it to Brent.
Brent.
All right.
So we're gonna do two. So you'll have basically two different connections to different characters. So that way everybody will kind of know each other and be bonded in some manner. Some of these, you guys were not nice to each other. I can
No.
tell you that. Nobody was nice to one another.
Shocking.
There's
Oh,
some
man.
pretty bad things in here. Not graphic, but definitely some cool things that are gonna like put you on your toes to learn. So, Brent, the first question I have is, what character do you have this bond with?
Ooh, you know what? I will go with Steve's character.
Steve. Okay.
Yep.
And go ahead and give me a D20 roll to see what bond you have with Mr. Steve.
Fingers crossed with secret romantic relationship.
16.
16. All right. Yeah, this is kind of funny. Blank and I had a drunken pub brawl and ended up as fast friends. So that's probably a good one to have Steve as a character for, I would say.
Yeah,
there
you're
to back
fast
you up
friends.
in a fight.
You know who's not your friend anymore is whoever lost his jaw in that pub brawl.
Nice.
Love it.
So just to continue on, making people deal with things. Jason,
What?
who does Brent's character have his other bond with?
Oh God, why am I? What? He's Tyler's character.
Tyler. All right, Brent, go ahead, give me a roll to see why you know Tyler's character.
I got a 4.
A 4. So you have fallen in love with someone that your family hates, and that's so. Tyler, who is it that Brent has fallen in love with?
I feel like nothing better than a peasant.
Oh, nice. Okay, awesome stuff. Awesome. And Brent, since you went first by David's decree, who is going to be the next person up in the?
All right.
lineup?
So next victim shall be Jason.
No. Okay.
Jason.
Oh dear.
All right, sir. Who is your first bond going to be with?
So Tesla and I are at odds in another game, so I'm going to go with Brent. Actually, you know what?
Oh God.
No. I'm going to go with Tim. I'll go with Tim. That's what I think.
Tim.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Roll to see what bond you have with Tim.
Oh dear, that's going to be a 16.
Can't have 16.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch
That
that.
was
So
already
that'll be
taken.
a 12.
Good 12. Oh, this is so awesome. Your biggest success in a battle that anyone knows was a fluke. And Tim knows it. And
That ties
you're
right back.
paranoid. You're completely paranoid that someone's going to find out.
Yeah. Yes.
That, my friend,
That's
is
pretty bad.
leverage.
And I'm gonna ask. You know what? I'm gonna ask Tim. Like before we play, I would ask Tim to figure out why it's a fluke. Like what happened? That like I think somehow this person was beheaded or some this adversary of mine, and it looked from like other angles like it was on me or something. But can you figure that out for me, Tim? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can, because I actually wrote the bond, so
Oh, nice.
I can give it more meat.
Got it.
That's awesome that you actually got Tim's bond. I actually, so when I wrote them out, there's only 2 that I actually know exactly who wrote them, and that's because Jason's an overachiever.
No, it's
And-
because I wrote them on the toilet. 'Cause I
They're
wrote them on the
like 3
toilet
books.
a lot of
They're
time.
like books. All right. So Steve, who is Jason's other bond with?
That's a Tyler.
With Tyler? Okay.
I'm always second.
All right, so I'm gonna
Jason,
roll
give me a roll to see
a 2.
a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I hope I didn't get any of mine. I don't want any of mine.
Oh, nice.
I get one of mine.
So this is going to be very interesting. So Ulo saved your life, and you owe him a life debt.
Oh shit! Great.
Oh, no.
I'm beginning to see why you're cruel.
This wasn't me.
You're a phony, and you owe
Yeah.
somebody.
Yep. He saved my life. Yeah. I'm
He
down.
saved your life. All right, Jason, who's going to be next?
We're going with Tim.
Tim.
All right, so I'm just curious here because, like, Jason and I have a bond through his deal. Are we only going to have 2 total, or is this going to morph into
No, you're going to have, these are the 2. So these are the
Okay.
2. So you'll be connected to a minimum of 2 of the other characters through bonds.
Okay.
And so you guys can create your own bonds in game, or why you protect each other and so
I
forth.
get it.
And I mean, these will just give you like a basis or a kind of prologue to why you guys hang out together. Or
Brent, do you have 2 bonds yet?
I do.
Okay. Jason does, so that leaves Tyler
Yeah.
and Steve, right?
Steven, Tyler has 2
I already
bonds.
have 2.
I think.
Well,
it's a
you
minimum
have
of 2.
I
So
have
you
2
can
that
roll-
I'm
Yeah,
connected
you
to.
can-
I don't have
Yeah.
2 of my own.
Yeah, you can get 2 unique ones going out, correct?
yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. That was my question
Yeah.
because
So there may be
Wow.
3 characters. There may be like it may end up being a central character that kind of gets like more people are all bonded to that person maybe, or so forth. But we'll try to avoid that as I'm looking at him here.
then I'll choose Brent.
Okay,
Okay.
Brent. All right. Go ahead and give me a D20 roll, ignoring some ones
2.
that are already done. 2's already gone.
Try again.
I rolled 2 twice. 1.
All right. 1.
Oh.
This is how I roll, David. 2 2s and a 1.
So
I will be playing my 3rd cousin by the 3rd session.
So Garen and Cal are actually childhood friends.
Oh, okay.
However, when you were younger, you accidentally killed a peasant, and Cal knows about it. Cal made
Don't
a
worry,
help
brah. But we sent that person down the river.
I
I got
love
your
that
back.
Cal is so far as the knower of all things. Like he knows everything. He's got some
He
dirt on
does,
him.
yeah, it does. Jason,
What?
who is Tim's other bond going to be with?
Steve.
Steve?
Mhm.
Okay. So Garen, roll to see what your bond with
15.
15. Oh, nice. So your bond with Steve is that he sired a bastard with your cousin.
Uh-oh.
Reproduction. Well done.
He's
Nice.
already a dad.
Job
Alright,
done.
you gotta
Trash.
He's
film
already
it.
here.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't like you.
Listen, David did say bastards are your friends.
I got an
so
anger babies.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
the more
Going
bastards,
back.
the better.
it's probably one of those raids that they were doing at the time or something. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, she met me. You know, that was part of the bar fight. It was good.
She's like, you're so big compared to everyone else.
And the water was cold that day.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. This is
Okay.
my cousin.
Cue cue the saxophone music right now.
Benny,
right.
Benny Hill saxophone music.
Tim, who's going next? Steve or Tyler?
Yeah, Steve, give it a go.
All right. Steve, who is your first bond with?
I'm gonna go with Jason.
All right.
Jason?
Hi, Steve.
All right. And let's see
Let's
how
just
you know him.
layer in bonds with Jason. He'll have a list that's bigger than his character sheet.
Sophie, yes.
Well, it can't be that bad because I don't. I mean, Jason has some with you guys, with Tim and Tyler, but
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, but they
It'll-
all
it'll
reflect.
cross
They
over.
all reflect poorly on my character, and I love it. That's like, yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
All right, Steve, roll your first one.
17.
17. Nice. So, so this is a little weird one for these two characters, but we'll go with it. We'll see what happens. Your father and his father were friends at some point when they were younger, and to the point where they were very, very close, and the two of them hinted possibly at an arranged marriage once his sister is old enough.
Hmm.
I think that's very interesting.
Once my sister's old enough? I
Yeah,
have a sister. Go figure. All right.
you apparently have a sister.
Got it.
As of right now. As of
Our
right now.
plot says you have a sister.
Our plot says you have a
I
sister.
love it.
Would it be with the new family that you find yourself in, or the original?
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that?
no
Right.
one knows.
Yeah.
So I've been with this family since I was a little baby. So yeah, but
Okay.
it would absolutely be, and I look nothing like her. Imagine that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's the whole Game of Thrones thing where like you notice they both have blonde hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
All right. And Tim, who is Steve's other bond going to be with?
I'm freezing because I can't even
Oh,
keep
that's
track
okay.
of everything.
So good options would be like Brent. or-
Yeah, Brent's fine. Yeah, let's go with Brent.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Okay. Steve, roll to see how you are bonded with Brent's character.
14.
14.
Oh.
Oh my. Here it comes. You're going to love this one. All right. So, though Calyard Lancaster is a brave young knight, there are whispers in some circles that he may have fey blood in his veins. The truth is unclear. However, his pseudo-tale lends credence to the rumor. So, Steve, what is the nickname that people call Cal around the drinking table?
And for those who see this on YouTube, a pseudo tail is a real thing. I don't have one, but it's an elongated coccyx that takes on the appearance
Oh, we
of
call
a
him
tail.
Nubby. That's Nubby.
Nubby.
Never to his face.
Hey,
though.
Jason.
Never
we
to
knew
his
it was
face.
yours when he kept reading for 10 more minutes.
Hey, now. It's complete sentences, is all.
I was
seven or eight
lost
of
for
them.
a second. I thought it was bold that he said, I don't have a long coccyx. And I thought, well, wait a second.
Nubby. Oh, jeez.
Oh my.
No.
My. And Tyler, who was that's actually two there, right? Dump. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are down to to your character to Ulo.
Give
Who
me
was
Tim.
Ulo's first bond with?
Give me Tim.
Tim? Tim for 500?
Tim for 500, and we're gonna go with 9.
9. Nice. So you know an unflattering secret about Tim's family that could bring ruin to his house. What is the secret that you know?
Is he
Somebody
making
else-
that up,
I
or
think-
do you want?
I
Yeah.
think somebody else should tell me.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
like
let
that.
me,
I
Tyler.
like
Let me get back to you on that one. Let me see if that plays
Okay.
into sort of the story about why Dad got
Ooh.
out of the gate so slow with some of
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
epic, the epic ending to his knight career. But he,
Ooh,
That's cool.
Yeah,
they
that could be
acted
it.
as spies for the Saxons.
Ooh,
oh,
Oh,
that's pretty good.
that's not bad, right?
That's pretty good. What do you think about that, Tim?
yeah, that could be it. Maybe
Okay.
he skipped some of the battles to try and get information.
Oh, wow. That could be why he was on garrison duty. He was like trying to comb the records at the house. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Awesome. And Brent, who is Ulo's other bond with?
Let's see. Ulo's other bond with I don't think too many people are bonded with Tyler right now.
Yeah, so we got
Oh, does he have a lot?
1, 2,
I have 3.
3.
Let's see.
Jason.
I have 3. Who doesn't have at least 3 like
Yeah, I got 3.
intricate connections? You have like 4, don't you, Steve?
He has 4.
I was gonna say I got 4 now.
Oh, okay. So
Jason's probably
Jason.
Jason.
yeah, sure.
Man, Ulo and I are.
It's about 6 or something.
Yeah, we're
You guys are tight.
Yeah.
Okay. What else bonds you two together, Tyler?
11.
Oh, nice. So, Beardsley Allington, or actually, I guess no. This would be for Tyler. So, Ulo's house is actually leveraged beyond its financial capability, and he makes poor choices with finances due to that. He's always trying to get cash in something.
Cha-ching.
And I think to make that a true bond, I've promised him that if he helps me with something that I've not yet determined, that all the riches he could ever want will be his. Right?
Nice.
And he saved my life too, so I'm stringing him along. I'll figure some shit out that's worth money later. But just gonna, yeah, no. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So 2 bonds with
David,
Ulo.
I want to ask David a question along this lines. I think when we set out on this path and we're talking about bonds, we were all very interested in sort of the political intrigue that went around with this time frame and building your house. And we thought, let's maybe jumpstart that a little bit. What's your perspective, having written for and played this game for so long, on how to incorporate things like this, or how the game naturally unfolds to leverage this kind of good stuff for role playing and the likes?
Well, yeah. First, I want to say this is great. You guys are doing this up front. I think that's really, really smart because it's going to give you some baked-in drama right out the gate. It actually reminded me. This is tangential, but I'll just mention it. Reminded me of something I snagged off, some forum post years and years ago. But it was somebody's idea of unlocking achievements in Pendragon. So like like it's a computer game. There's certain achievements you can try and get, and the first player to get it gets 100 glory. So like, let's see, like for example, there's horseflesh. Leave a battle riding the horse of an enemy knight. You're the first player to do that. You get 100 glory. Indestructible Bastard. Survive a hit doing 12d6 damage or more. You get 100 glory. You know.
Wow, that's cool.
So I can send Byron. I can send you this list.
Yes, please. I love it.
That's legit. That is legit.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of those sorts of things that, like, kind of encourage, that kind of role play investment right out of the gate. So this is great. And I guess that's something else, like, I would just say in general with running Pendragon, for folks who haven't done it before, especially coming from like D&D and that kind of thing, prepare to have a lot of NPCs, because it's just going to happen. You're just going to generate, there's going to be ladies that the knights are wooing, and there's going to be enemies, but there's also going to be like the sort of canon characters knocking around too. And for the players, I would just say, don't be afraid to engage with those NPCs, as much as fits your character. And then the fact you guys have your bonds here too within the group. I think you're not gonna have any issues really getting into this courtly intrigue.
Like it. I like the fact that we were talking about like marriages and stuff like that. We find out Steve has a bastard already. He's first one to conceive a child. You did it in character creation.
That's amazing.
That's even my only kid.
Nice.
I did have a player's character die during character creation, but I've never had one conceive a child during character creation. So
He died in Pendragon in character creation?
They did, because Lancelot was going on a rampage defending Guinevere, and this guy's knight was allied with Mordred, so he was just a collateral damage, and he got cut down by Lancelot. So players started generating a new character, and of course this character's in the same castle as Lancelot, and so we established where he was, and he had rolled up his basic stats, but he was still like filling in like the skill choices and stuff, and then Lancelot crossed paths with him and killed him too. So
That's awesome.
you don't want to piss off Lancelot is the takeaway.
Not the young
Good
man.
tip. Good tip.
Damn.
So I think that's what we have for tonight. Thanks a lot for sticking around and participating in our bond here that we'd like to do. And it's something I saw Jason do when I first started watching Myth Brigade, before I was even the guy in the chat box, let alone on it. And I stole it. I stole it and initiated it in a few of my games, and it's really just drives
it's
some
a
cool
staple
stuff.
now.
It's a Myth Brigade staple at this point.
My mistake is I always include at least one in there that I shouldn't. Len's character in Savage Worlds Deadlands has cancer. Just welcome your character. She smokes ghost rock. She's got a horrible case of lung cancer, so she'll die. But yeah,
I want to ask David one other question.
Sure.
When you take over from Greg, and because of the wealth of material that's pulled from and the years that went into developing this, did it come to you in a really organized fashion? I mean, I can picture historians and people of that nature being in one of two camps, right? Like the nutty professor kind of deal, or somebody who's just got it all nailed down tight. How was it when you got the source material and started in on things? Just curious.
Well, my old life, my old career, I worked in libraries, in all kinds of different capacities. I have a degree in history. That all came in very handy when I got the banker's boxes full of, just random folders and papers and notebooks and everything else. You can actually see some of the boxes that I, did on my bookshelf here behind me. Breaking everything out. Everything is now scanned and digitized. So we have Greg's whole, analog archive is now digitized. I think eventually these are going to go to some kind of special collection. I'm sort of their ward for now, But yeah, I mean, Greg was your classic, kind of genius archetype where he's just like all over the place, and he's like, I got a million ideas, and it's like, great, let's organize them, so
That's odd. Thank you. That makes me feel
Yeah.
better that you just got boxes full of stuff, because
Yeah.
had it been neatly organized in Excel spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff, it just wouldn't have been as awesome as just
Oh
Yeah.
good luck.
So from,
yeah, right.
So David, from Myth Brigade, I think we have to thank you for being here, but also a shout out to Chaosium and to yourself as well for really honoring Greg's legacy. I think it's really important that you do that. I mean, it shines in everything that you're representing here in the stream, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. So we're honored to have had you, and we would welcome you to come and help Byron kill us anytime you want. So cheers. And,
Absolutely.
we'll hit that button
Absolutely.
and we'll call it a night.